Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the LooseCollector Rob Liefeld's Bloodstrike CABBOT, aka definitely not cable. It's cable, but not cable, you know what I mean? It's a Rob Liefeld character who is definitely not cable. That's the best I can describe it as. And Rob Liefeld's known for a very particular art style, and these figures are that. So if you're into that, this is a treat for you. If you're not into that, this is definitely not going to be your thing. I think most people are probably into Rob Liefeld stuff, at least a little bit if you grew up in the 80s and 90s. But anyway, we're going to review the figure. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, so let's take a quick look at my package before we get into the figure. Front and center, nice big window, good looking package, a little bit of artwork there. I don't know what this red is, and maybe that's not intentional. Some more artwork there, and some more artwork there. And I have to say, I have always been a fan of Liefeld's characters, like the big crazy 90s pouches, vests, straps, guns, things everywhere. I love it. I love it. I have to note, I can't not. And the feet are always funny in these art and in the art from Liefeld. It's a funny thing, and I doubt he's gonna see this, but if he does, I love your art. You know people make jokes about the feet, you have to. So anyway, that's funny. Okay, it's also funny because this figure has very big feet that are shaped like feet. Okay, I can't help it. I have to make the jokes. It's what I do. I'm an entertainer first and foremost, even though I said entertainer. Okay, here he is. He stands roughly, let's say 18 centimeters to the top of where his skull would end, maybe just a touch more than that, and that's going to be roughly 7 1/8 inches, and of course it depends on how you have his head leaning. But here he is up against the Marvel Legend Darwin. You could definitely fudge them into the same collection, I think. Alright, question of the day. Are you guys into this sort of thing, or is it just a not cable character as far as you're concerned? To me, I don't really care. Like, yes, I have a thing for cable more than I have a thing for this guy, but it still looks really cool. So, I don't know, I could be swayed. Now, this is a review sample. I have to say, they sent me the review sample, but I'm going to review it as I always would. I know they appreciate that, and just like with the werewolf, I said everything I needed to say about it, and they were okay with that. They sent me a hand, in fact, because the hand I had was defective. Okay, so let's talk about this. Aesthetically speaking, well done. It really feels to me like a passion project of like Toy Biz styling, but mixed with semi-modern, or not semi-modern, modern articulation, that sort of thing. It's weird that it feels so much like an old Toy Biz Marvel Legends figure, and I don't know if that's intentional or not in some way, but it does. But it does look cool. There's paint on everything. There's shading throughout. It's not everything's perfect. You can see there's some weird discoloration on the elbows and whatnot, but generally speaking, it looks really, really, really good. Lots of cool stuff going on, cool details. We'll get into some more of the issues as we get into the review more, like proportioning on the legs, but generally speaking, it looks pretty good. I would say compared to the artwork, his head is too big. That's probably always going to be the case with anything for Liefeld's work because he makes the head small and the body's huge, and I love it. I don't know that that would work so well without making this guy a giant monster, which, I mean, I'd be okay with that, but I imagine there are reasons why they didn't want to do that, so I can't fault him too much. But the styling for the hair, it's basically Omega Red mixed with cable. It's pretty cool. Did Liefeld make Omega Red by chance? Does anybody know? I don't know who created Omega Red, but the face, pretty cool. A little bit of Ultimate Warrior vibes going on. Good sculpt, good paint. Yeah, really cool. Even on the inside, the purple with the gold, there's shading in there. Looks awesome. Nice, bright, saturated colors. The orange, brown, and green definitely takes me back to cable vibes. Like, there's no mistake. This was meant to be like a not cable. I can't help but mention that. But yeah, very, very cool looking. Really well executed paint job for the most part. Like I said, few issues here and there, but sculpt is on point. Paints are on point. Very cool looking figure. I will go 9 out of 10. Very cool looking. Alright, now as far as accessories go, you get 2 interchangeable heads. You get the normal head, and then you get the angry head. Love the angry head. I would use that for sure. Very nicely done. A whole bunch of hands, so that's pretty cool. And then 3 big-ass guns, and then a little gun, and a knife. And the big guns all have the ports on them, so you can put them on his back. He has these plastic pegs on his back. I can't get the hair to move, by the way. It looks like it should rotate, and even heating it would not go for me. I have bad luck, though. But the guns do fit back here if you wanted to put them back there. Obviously, the knife fits in the sheath. Very nicely done. Love that. And then his Little gun, I say little comparatively, fits in his holster nicely. So pretty good spread of accessories there. I will go 9 out of 10. Head, hands, guns, what else do you need? Now, as far as articulation goes, I'll make a note, you can pop his arms off and take his vest off. But I'm guessing you don't want to do that, because you want him to have his full set of attire. But you can do that. It just pop the arms off, slide it off over the top. Okay? Alright. So for the head, double ball peg, and it moves nicely. Neck is also on a ball peg, moves nicely. That is the way you want to do it. I wish I could get my hair to move. It will not. I think I'd like this character a lot more if it just had the cable style hair. I don't think we need the ponytail personally. Anyway, side note. Shoulders have the ball peg like the McFarlane and Storm figures do, so they move around that way. We also have the hinge. They get up fine, no problem at all. Full rotation, of course. The vest is softer plastic, but it will get in the way. Bicep swivel is fine. Double jointed elbows, no problem. Not the best range because he's got these big chunky straps on here, but it's fine. And then the wrists are on ball hinges, basically like a Storm figure, I guess. Well, I guess McFarlane uses them too. But good range there. The torso, you do have a ball peg, which moves around pretty well in there. But of course you have to take the vest off to get the full range. So that's somewhat limited. And it feels like it's just another ball peg down here. I can't quite tell. It won't move. I can't get the bottom to move on mine. It's very stuck. Ugh, it feels like I'm going to break it. It feels like it's a ball peg though. Alright, belt is floaty. For the hips, now this is an interesting kind of design. It's a ball socket, but the way they've done it is kind of unique. Instead of putting the swivel all the way inside internally and bringing the leg all the way up, it's visible. I don't mind that. It could afford more range. Let's see. He kicks up to almost horizontal, so it's not bad. I think you could get more range out of it if you did it a little bit differently, but it's certainly not too bad. This piece is fairly soft, the diaper piece too, so it'll flex. Bringing the legs out to the side, not full-on splits. It's only a little bit better than 45. I was expecting more range, frankly. I guess it's because I didn't want to have the cut showing at all in the top of this piece, but it seems like he should have better range to me. Thigh swivel is a thigh swivel. Double jointed knee is functional, but it does show that his lower legs are humongous compared to his upper legs. So that's a little bit strange. And I know it's interesting working with Liefeld's very stylized artwork. To me, it seems like they're too long at the bottom half. You do get a boot swivel. Ankles go all the way back. That's nice. And all the way forward. That's nice. And the ankle rocker is... it's pretty steep. It's not great. It's okay. But it does have giant, well-shaped feet. Which is not like Liefeld's artwork, so I think we have to take some points off there, guys. I'm sorry, I have to make the jokes. But yeah, proportioning issues are definitely throwing him off because Liefeld's figures definitely get bigger going up. Small feet, and I'm not making a joke there. Small feet, huge upper bodies, tiny heads, that kind of thing. This figure's kind of just toned down to be more of a reasonable approach. Which is not my cup of tea. I definitely prefer Liefeld's style, but this is obviously fine. I do think his lower legs stand out as being a bit big, though. But yeah, articulation-wise, he's functional. Maybe not quite as functional as I would have liked. Should we pop the arms off to see? Let's do that. They should pop off easily. I'm not sure if this is intentional. I asked them, I said, hey, does the vest come off? I don't want to just yank on it. And he said, yeah, pop the arms off. So I'm assuming they meant for that to be the case and not just you can do it. So we're going to try. So far, no issues. Okay, they pop off easily. Hopefully they go back on easily. We'll pull those aside. And we have to pop this off too. Okay, everything's coming off easily except his neck came with his head. So be aware, you may have to do some reconnecting. Alright, let's take this off. Okay, good shape on the torso, like that. Alright, we'll put this back on. We'll put these back on. They go not that way, that way. Okay, so far no issues. That's good. Heck, maybe he's better without the vest. I thought it would take away from the looks too much. But he does have good musculature, and it actually makes him look a little meatier because the vest isn't hiding it. So let's see. Range is still pretty limited in the torso. It doesn't lean forward too far. Leaning back is not too far. It's fine. And then I still can't move the lower. So yeah, he doesn't lose a ton of range, honestly, from the vest. But he is well painted and sculpted underneath, so there's that. Okay, so yeah, his articulation, I'm going to give it an 8. It's pretty good, but limited in more than I would like for it to be, even given the chunkiness. The chunkiness of everything is why I'm not being as harsh. But I still think they could have gotten a little bit better range out of a lot of places. But still, pretty good. Okay, time for the final verdict on this guy. If you are into this sort of thing, sure, definitely pick it up. The sculpt and paints alone carry it through. Decent accessories for sure, somewhat limited articulation. I don't think that's enough of a problem to not get the figure. It's very nicely executed otherwise. You know, a few things here and there, but generally, a really good pickup. I'm going to give it an overall rating of, they do come in at a little bit of a higher price point. I'm going to say still 8 out of 10. You don't see this much paint on 20 figures from most other companies. Even the good ones, like Jada, for instance, they don't use that much paint. Marvel Legends, of course, 0 paint, almost. So yeah, this is good. Lots of paint, lots of sculpt. They put some care into it. Not an absolutely perfect release. Most things aren't, but definitely a good one. For sure. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, but that's it for me. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.